First off, it's Charles J. That just in case you ain't heard of me, they told me it was too late. But I promise that I'll be the first to speak. Most of these rappers, they fake. But you can't have your way, this ain't Burger King. Everybody said it won't be till they see smoke, then they realize they'd rather have turkey meat.
What it do? It's 903 Boxing. I'm your host, Charles J. Say, man, just watched the fight, man. My motherfucking tooth killing me, but I'm gonna get through this shit. Fuck. Damn, my shit hurting. But anyway, Shakur Stevenson is the best fighter in the world. And, I'm gonna get to that, but, you know, that's why sometimes I don't even listen to commentary. But the performance was great. Everything was going just fine, but Mark Kriegel, he just disgusts me, bro. It wasn't even Tim this time. Normally it's Timothy. Yeah. But nah, it was you, Mark. And what's that other boy? Viegos, him, the one that do the interviews. You motherfuckers disgust me, bro. Okay, this the new word around boxing now. Shakur Stevenson is all of a sudden an exciting, action-packed fighter now. He's an exciting fighter now. That's what pissed me off. Out of all this is a exciting Shakur. Oh, this is exciting. Let me tell you something, bro. Shakur been exciting his whole career. Let me tell you something. Nakatia would have knocked out most lightweights. He would have knocked out most lightweights. That was exciting how he took his power from him. And he took his shots and got through that. So that's what disturbs me. It's like you're giving them credit, but you're just now giving them credit. I think when he was defensive, he was just as impressive. I think the Jamel Herring performed because he was very offensive. That performance was even more impressive than this performance. So he's been exciting. I think the Oscar Valdez performance was exciting as shit. But that Jamel Herring performance was great. That Jamel Herring performance, because I watched that fight earlier today, and I done seen that fight about 5 times. That performance was spectacular. And he was exciting as hell in that fight. So that's my whole thing. He been exciting. And he don't need y'all to tell him he great now. That he got the stoppage. When he stopped Jamel Herring, he was exciting. So I just had to say that. But listen, my top 5 pound for pound is Jamel Cholo, Bud Spence, Devin, Shakur, Tank. Yeah, that's my top 5. I think those are the top 5 best fighters in boxing. But one could argue that Shakur Stevenson is the best fighter in the world. I've been saying this. That motherfucker, this shit looked like Floyd Mayweather versus Diego Corrales. More like Floyd versus Arturo Gatti. Yeah, more like Floyd versus. Yeah, Shakur. The fucking right hook was on point. The left uppercut was precise. Nobody's better mid-range than Shakur. Shakur damn near look like James Toney tonight. One could argue that he's the best fighter on the planet. But also, like I said, listen, that whole fight, bro, I don't even think I hit my blunt one time because when you watching greatness, it's just hard to even focus on anything else. And that's what I think about Shakur. That's what I think about Devin Haney. That's what I think about Tank. That's what I think about Bud. That's what I think about Spence. That's what I think about Jamel Cholo. And it's other fighters I think that about. When them dudes fight, you gotta stay tuned, bro. It just, the talent, the skill is just different. So whether you're offensive or defensive or mid-range or jabbing and moving, it's all exciting to me when you're a real boxing fan. So you don't have to be a slugger and stay in the pocket like that. Because I'm gonna tell you something. I think Shakur. I got Shakur beating Tank. And I talk a lot about Devin Haney versus Tank is the most exciting fight besides Earl versus Bud, because a lot of people don't realize, because I see Devin getting hurt in that fight. I see Tank catching him, and I see that's gonna be a hell of a fight. It's gonna be very, very close, because I see Tank landing some shit, but I see Devin making him very frustrated. But with Shakur versus Tank, I think Shakur beats Tank more easily than Devin. I think Shakur wins more easily. But also, Shakur not finna fight inside like that. He not finna do. So if y'all expecting him to do that against every opponent, some fighters you can't fight like that. You're not gonna be able to fight Frank Morton like that. And Shakur know that. So I'm not saying that to him, but I'm saying it to these people who saying what's exciting. It depends on the fighter. You can't fight no inside fight like that against Tank for 12 rounds. No, he gonna have to move in box and stay mid-range at times. But now he gonna have to do different shit to throw Tank off. So I think Shakur beats Tank more convincingly and easier than Devin beats him. I got Devin beating Tank, but it's gonna be a tougher fight. It's gonna be a tough, and it's personal. So that's why I say that's the most exciting fight. And that's the fight I want to see the most besides Spence versus Crawford. But I definitely want to see Shakur versus Tank. But like I said, after that fight, they could have asked him about a lot of people. They only asked him about Devin Haney. And that's what I'm noticing. And I'm noticing that with Tank fans. Tank fans want to shoo Devin off on somebody else. You motherfuckers can't. This shit is personal. This shit go way back to TMT and Floyd Mayweather gym where they were sparring. This shit go back. It's personal. So I'm just noticing that. Like, listen, when Benavidez be playing, ain't nobody trying to throw Benavidez off on nobody else. They're telling Canelo, you gotta fight him. They not saying Benavidez fight Andre. Ain't nobody saying Benavidez fight Andre and then fight Canelo. Ain't nobody throwing Benavidez off on nobody. So that's what I'm saying. Don't do the game and don't get it twisted. Shakur told Devin Haney, yeah, I beat your ass most of the time. Yo, when we sparred anyway. So yeah, you can get that smoke. So even though I said, yeah, at 140, I could see that fight 2 years down the line. Listen, when somebody call you out, I expect Devin Haney to immediately respond. And I expect y'all to try to make that fight happen. But also, I see how networks play games, though. Why y'all didn't ask Shakur about Tank? Why you didn't ask him about Frank Morton? Like, it's a lot of shit. Y'all only asked him about Devin. Okay. But I'm cool with it. Devin, you need to respond. A lot of shit. But I just peep game. I peep what fights promoters try to play and try to dodge and throw this fight up and throw that fight up. And, ain't nobody telling Tim Tszyu, now go, fight Lubin and then fight Fundor and then you can fight Jamil. No, they telling him, Jamil, you better fight Tim right now. So, like I'm saying, have that same goddamn energy. And like I said, announcers like Mark Kriegel, you motherfuckers ruin boxing. You ruin it, and dumbass casuals can't comprehend what's real and what's fake because they listening to y'all and they listen to the bullshit and they listen to the narratives that you motherfuckers push. Why you motherfuckers didn't say, what about Loma, Shakur? What about that? Because you don't want him to beat the dog shit out your white Jesus. It's a lot of shit. So, why you motherfuckers didn't call out Cruz on the microphone and point out that he ducked? Because Cruz has not received any criticism for openly ducking Shakur. There's been no criticism. So when we talk ducks, I just want the same criticism. I want the same energy. And like I said, you motherfuckers ruin the sport and you ruin great fights and you ruin yeah, great motherfuckers like me from being able to talk about the greatness of the fight to I gotta talk my shit. Yeah, now I'm talking shit because you motherfuckers disgust me. I can't just talk about how great Shakur is. I can't just talk about how great the lightweight division is because I gotta talk about the corruption of boxing. I gotta point out the narratives and I gotta point out that you motherfuckers just now want to try to get this man his credit and say he's an exciting fighter. What is exciting to y'all? Who are the exciting fighters in boxing? That's what I want to know because it ain't many. Who's exciting? So when you talk all this, when it comes to a black fighter, you always want to say it's not exciting or boring. What's boring and who's exciting? Who are the exciting fighters? Who's really making money in boxing? Who's the draws? Because it ain't many draws in boxing. So when you talk all this excitement and all this shit right here, it ain't many, bro. Wilder is the most exciting fighter in boxing, and boxing still shit on him. Bro, I watched ESPN when they had the contenders. Listen, go back and look at that shit. They had Fury and Usyk all the way off to themselves as the best heavyweights. They had them off to the side. Then they had the prospects, and they had Jerry Anderson, this and that. Then they had contenders. They had Wilder at the bottom of the list on the contenders. They had, what's the boy, Joseph Parker ahead of Deontay Wilder. So what I'm saying, y'all don't appreciate excitement. Y'all only appreciate excitement when it's a certain color. Let you motherfuckers tell it Better Beav is the most exciting fighter that ever lived. So, and boxing fans ain't gonna point it out. Y'all gonna go with whatever. Just like when the motherfuckers told y'all Bud and Spence ain't big, and ever since then everybody have said Bud and Spence ain't big, and we don't know what the numbers gonna do. Y'all didn't say that shit until the promoter said it. So I just wish we stopped being led by the media and being led by these promoters and being led by motherfuckers like Mark Krieger, because you can't tell a real boxing fan what excitement is. So you know, if shit was real, bro, Shakur Stevenson would be a superstar. He would be on pay-per-view every fight. If shit was real, Devin Haney would be a superstar. If shit was real, Jamel Charlo would be fighting on pay-per-view every fight. If shit was real. So shit ain't real. So that's why I got to point these things out. Shakur been exciting. He been must-see TV. And he don't need a Mark Krieger, and he don't need you motherfuckers to try to tell. Because I'm going to tell you something, Shakur. If you get caught up in this excitement shit, that should have get you stopped against Tank. That should have get you stopped against Frank Morton. So, but I know you smart, and I know you ain't going to fight that kind of fight. But don't get led by the crowd and Mark Krieger and thinking you need to just walk everybody down and fight inside and fight mid-range. You can't fight that style with every fighter. So, it's just very disturbing to me. It's just very disturbing, and you know, we don't need nobody to validate our greatness. Just know you great, bro. Yeah, just even when they said you was boring and all, you was great then. You was great then. And I'm gonna tell you another thing. Ever since that Nakatillo fight, when they said you was running, and Andre Ward and Tim, they said you was boring, and they said you was running. Ever since then, Shakur, just like Devin Haney, they've been trying to prove that they're more exciting, and they've been mixing it up more. But I just want you to know, bro, you ain't got to do that shit to prove a motherfucking thing. Not to these bitch ass fans and not to these bitch ass announcers, because these motherfuckers ain't shit. So, just continue to be great, bro. And another thing, I'm going to tell you some real shit, and I peeped this. They're pushing Devin Haney on Shakur. Shakur wasn't on that shit until they pushed Devin on him. Shakur and Devin have both always said, we're going to fight on down the line. But the media pushing it. But like I said, we're going to go on and go with the media. Shakur called him out. Devin respond. But like I said, I'm just noticing that. And like I said, all y'all, like I said, if shit was real, all these fighters in the lightweight division would all be on pay-per-view, and they would be selling major tickets, because they all exciting to me. And they go, and when I said I'm talking about Shakur, I'm talking about Devin Haney, I'm talking about Tank, and I'm talking about Frank Morton. So yeah, this is 903 Boxing. I am your host, Charles J. With that, I'm out.